Hello again, YouTube. It's Saturday 15th of March 2025. Another weekend back down at our house, and again the weather has been really good, like every weekend I've been down here, so really lucky with that. Normally it's very wet at the side of the country. So last week I said I was pretty much done with the ivy, and I was, but now I've come down again today and I'm thinking this stuff needs to go. I have a couple of repairs that I need to do along the roof, up the ridge in the middle of it where there's some gaps. But in order to get up there, I'm going to have to clear this stuff off first, you know, so I can get access to it. And yeah, come here. Here's Ed again, supervising as always. So yeah, so that's the plan for today. Now I'm going to go up the ladder, see if I can get as much of that stripped off as possible. Hopefully it'll all come in pretty easy because they're, you know, it's a plastered wall, so there's no bricks for it to really go in and out of. I think maybe at the top it'll be weaving its way around. What are you doing? What? Right, okay, let's get to it. Okay, so that was the first pull, and that went very well, I think. So about half of it came down with that. It looks like there's a second branch now towards the side, so I just need to get over and get at that and get that down. Just to give you an idea of how much ivy came down there. All of this is what came off that wall. Some of it was rooted along this little ridge section here, but the rest of it is coming up from this side and around the wall. So you can see this big branch coming up the side here, and that gets a bit tangly in around here before it heads up the wall then. But there doesn't seem to be too many root branches going up that wall, so I'll move the ladder over and get those off next. Okay, all in all that came down relatively easier and quicker than I thought it would. So yeah, because there's a render on the building, there's not that much spaces for the ivy to get into the cracks and stuff, so it was mainly along the top where it was all gripped, you know, once it went over, and along this gutter here. But now that I have the ivy done, I'm like thinking, ladder's there. Maybe I should just try and clean out these guys. It might be a bit awkward just because the terrain along the front of the building is very uneven. There's lots of rocks and stuff like that piled up there, and then there's a huge big wet area here where this tank is just full of water from rain that's come down through the gutter, and obviously this tap I think is leaking into a little bit too, but it's very soft there. Maybe I could start at the other end and give it a go from there. Okay, so that's the gutters done. Bit of a pointless job, to be honest with you, though, because these gutters are made from steel, and this steel is very rusty. So you can kind of see how they're all broken there at the end, and the whole way up they're very corroded. And the only thing that's holding them up, as far as I can see, is every few feet there's a little steel peg sticking out of the wall, and there's a bit of wire just tying that around it. So the gutters are resting on the steel pegs and just held in place by a bit of wire. But look, they were chock full of grass and muck and everything else. You can see here, this is all stuff that was pulled out of them, and that was like that all the way along. I've never seen so many bugs and beetles and larvae and stuff like that crawling around in one place before, and it's all homeless now, but I think it looks a lot better. So especially from the road, it looks a lot better. I think I need to start focusing as well now on getting all this stuff cleared out of here. Like this big pile over here is all the ivy at the back, and these are trees that have been cut down and stuff. More trees along here. This is all the stuff that came off the roof of the old shed that was in the outbuilding over here. So we have another job to do over the next couple of weeks. The only problem is this ground that I'm walking on is so uneven, and there's also big sheets of tarpaulin along the back. I think you can see a red one there, and then there's a green one in front of it, and that basically covers that whole back area. I don't know what's underneath it. There's another one here, and again, I don't know what's under that either. I presume nothing important. So just come around to this side. Just come around to this side now. You can see all the ivy going from here. So, like, this whole half of it was covered all the way down to the wall there. So it's a great to get that off now. Definitely makes the whole place look a lot neater. I did quite like the ivy there. It's nice to have a little splash of colour on it. I think it made it look quite nice too. But I needed to get it off because I need to get up here onto the apex of it and see about fixing some holes along the ridge where water's leaking in. But that's definitely a job for another day. I'm quite happy with the progress we've made now today. Okay everyone, I think that's all I'm going to get done for today. Tomorrow's Sunday. I might be back down tomorrow. Monday is St. Patrick's Day, so if I don't get a video up before then. I will wish everybody all over the world happy St. Patrick's Day from County Sligo in Ireland. And yeah, Lá Sean na Gcuid.